Hi everybody and welcome back. This is Angelic Ray coming to you at Angelic Soul 11, and I just wanted to share a very intimate and special moment that I had, and it's so beautiful. Currently we have oh no, but someone tried to slay the dragon as I'm walking. So this is fairly interesting, to say the least, but it is still alive. It is just it is a transformation. So really that's what we're talking about, actually, transformation. So it's perfect. Oh goodness. So for those of you that know me, know that I love like different types of birds, and owls and stuff come to visit me. So, and for those of you who really been following me for a while and that do know me, wow, what is that? It is just magical out here today. So we're gonna go on a little journey. This is totally taking me a little bit out of how I talk, but it's okay. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to morph some videos and clips together. Let me see if I could turn this over. This one. I can't flip it over. Oh, the squirrel. Okay. I was like, I hear something. So I don't know if you can see the kind of what got my attention. You can't really see it well on here unless I flip it over. So anyway, for those of you that have been following me for a while, know that I used to talk a lot about twin flames, and then I kind of just resisted talking about it for quite some time, just because life and experiences, right? And it doesn't mean that time to time again I wouldn't address things or I wasn't getting downloads, because I damn sure was. And have been. However, it's intimate, and to expose a lot of that with others, it was really uncomfortable for me to really just show a lot of that vulnerability. But again, talking about the transformations and the shifts, and really going through overpowering shadow aspects of yourselves and fears and all of this and all of that. So anyways, it's been such a remarkable journey, and I always love talking about love. Like, regardless what is going on, I can be petrified and I'm like, well, where's the love aspect? Where's the beauty in this, right? Learn to see the beauty in all things. People fear that which they don't understand, but the moment you find a mutual space of love and you understand that space, you could understand it, understand it, and overstand it, right? And so the perception begins to change, right? And that's part of the transformation. And so things begin to morph. They shapeshift in a sense, right? Because it's changing its detail little by little, from what could have looked like a scary demon. It begins to look a little less scary. And the features begin to change a little bit because of the beauty aspect and the love aspect that you see in it, right? But it doesn't mean that you wasn't scared at first, or it doesn't mean that it still might not scare you, but you might gain more courage and strength to overcome that fear, right? So even though I know it sounds like I was talking about lovers and this and that, well, why am I talking about fears and this and that? Well, every relationship we go into, and this is something that has been somewhat not easy. I wanted to say difficult, but it's not really that it's difficult for me. It's just been difficult for others at times, but then they get at ease through it once they gain better perception of it. But when I use the term relationships, right away, people just jump the gun and they take it into a romantic way. And while I love romance, and that could be a big influence as to why it could scare people, because they're like, oh, she's talking about relationship, and I'm such a romantic being, right? At times, I guess, right? I mean, I can be a bit of romantic, but I'm really selective with who I like to be romantic with and stuff, because anyways, that's another story for another time. But when I say the term relationship, I mean it as the engagement of relations that is being shared amongst two people in the ship in which you are flowing, in the currency or vibration that you're on, right? On the journey, y'all are sharing, morphing into one ship through your journey, for however long, for whatever reason, right? So this could be your relationship with your parents. This could be your relationship with your friends. This could be your relationship with a romantic lover, with your children, with many different beings, your relationship with your business partner or your co-workers or whatever it may have you, right? And through these relationships, we see different layers of love, different aspects and characteristics and personalities of love. And so there's many different lessons to go through this. And a lot of the times we want to convince ourselves that we're ready for a romantic relationship, that we are capable of unconditional love. But truly, unconditional love is without conditions. That is the one rule of unconditional love, is to be without condition. But yet, somewhere along the lines, we create these conditions with expectations and all of this. And so the waves begin to either, help the ship flow on its journey successfully, easily, hard, or sinking the ship. Many different things happen because of those conditions. And it's not always easy to accept that, oh, I'm a perfect lover. How could this happen? Well, you had expectations and you wanted a person to change who they genuinely are. And if they're going to change, they have to be willing to change on their own, throughout their own free will. And a lot of the times we just want to force the shift. And sometimes, not saying that putting pressure on something isn't going to help it become a diamond and shine, because sometimes pressure is needed, right? But that is why everybody's experience is different. And that's why sometimes the pressure does come in, because where that pressure is, that is where the decision and the free will matters most, and how the person will move under pressure, right? And are they gonna come out shining after that pressure, or are they gonna stay dull like coal, right? So you know, I just wanted to say all of that to say that as I was enjoying, I did a live earlier of Venus and Aries, Venus in Aries energy, and what that meant for me. And I didn't write anything down, and I was just free flowing because I didn't even like plan on doing a live, and it just kind of happened. And I was just such in love with myself and the growth that's happened throughout my journey, and I really don't regret any of it. Sometimes it wasn't beautiful, and I can't sit here and act like it didn't hurt. Oh my gosh, there was times I swore I was a walking dead. I felt like I was just gonna die, and my heart was in such an agonizing pain that I was just like, yo, get it over with, like, get this out of me, like, you know, just a lot of stuff. And having to go into deep dark places within myself, that was very scary, very you know, I didn't even know I had those fears. I didn't even know that's how my fears looked. And still, I learned something new every day. We learn something new every day. That's the important part, is to remember it could be the smallest details, but being open-minded to learning, you will see that you learn something new every day. And if you're not learning something new every day, then are you really living? What is the loop that you're in? Because the loop could be that you're not really paying attention to what's going on around you, because it could be the slightest, tiniest detail. No moment is exactly the same. Even if you do the same stuff every single day, looping around, it's not the same exact experience. It's a different feeling, it's a different vibration, it's a different temperature, whatever the case may be, right? So that's the cool part. So anyways, I was doing that, and I just could not help but go on a little journey inside the little trail. And when I walked in, I knew I was gonna record at that moment, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just take pictures right now, because I felt like, I'm always talking about the owls that's here, because they always come out and see me, and I was like, there's 2 today. You're right. Like, I wasn't sure. But anyways, I go, and sure enough, I hear them talking to each other, and I'm like, get out. No way. Like, they're really, I always tell people, like, it's 2 different owls that come here. I actually believe that there's a third one that's like a younger one, because I swore I eye gazed with the younger one, which I was actually shocked that they allowed the eye gazing to happen. But anyway, that was very intimate. That was very deep. So anyway, like, who eye gazes with an owl, right? Anyway, so I'm like, in like my gut, my intuition tells me that there's 2 owls here. And I'm always telling people, like, no, they're not the same owl. I could tell, like, through the stripes in the face and this and that. And they're like, no, Ange, it's the same owl. Then I hear them talking, and I'm like, no way, are they really talking? I go, and sure enough, there's 2 owls. And I totally felt the twin flame vibes, just super effective, super heightened, feminine and masculine energies, and perfect love and perfect trust. And then they started off talking to each other, and then they flew to a tree together, and then they were like kissing. And so I'm going to put that video attached to this video, and I'm excited to see all your comments. Woo! Hi. I'm excited to see all your comments. Please like, share, follow, subscribe if you haven't already. I definitely was talking about, unions and the union with yourself and the growth and the collaboration and the fertility, because we're in February and we're in 2020 and all these partnerships and, sharing and opportunities and all of this good stuff. And yes, it's great for entrepreneurships and building, but also building the relationship with others and the healing. It was just so amazing, right? And then to get the visits with both of them together here, it was just confirmation. It was just beautiful, and I'm so grateful and thankful. So I hope you enjoy. Peace.